You never know what you're going to find on your native plants that you plant. So when you plant native plants in your yard, sorry if that was too much face for you. When you plant native plants in your yard, you get all the animals that evolved with them to come to your yard because they're looking for a certain type of plant. So like here, this willow, this is a narrow leaf willow growing on a gravel bar, but you can plant this in your yard if you live in a very wet place. And you look at this willow, look like something weird's happening. That it doesn't usually look like that up there. So this is what it usually looks like. But some bug found this and did this weird thing. And Kim Cabrera from bear-tracker.com is going to tell us what's going on with these weird shapes on this native willow plant.
Okay, so these little things that you're looking at are a gall made by a willow gall it's called the willow rosette gall midge. And what happens is when they lay their eggs in here, it stimulates the plant to grow around those eggs, and it makes this artichoke sort of shape to the leaves. This is actually deforming the plant tissues around the larva in there to make this artichoke shaped thing. And inside of there is the midge larvae, and eventually they will come out, but right now they're green, they're still in there surviving, there's no exit holes, so they're still in there.
So that's interesting that it's actually kind of pretty, the deformity. Mm-hmm. So whenever that particular type, that species of midge, because there's so many species of midges, but whenever that species of midge finds that, it reliably makes the same shape no matter when and no matter where on the narrow leaf willow, so that we can actually identify the type of midge that's doing that. So like we might not ever see the midge, but we know it's here by what it's doing to this native plant. So imagine if this was in your backyard and you could take people out and like kids or cool friends or whatever, and you could be like, what do you think made this? You know, let's start trying to figure this out. And if you had an iNaturalist app, you could figure it out, because we figured that out on iNaturalist. We knew it was some type of insect, but we didn't know what kind.
Here's an old one from
And
last year.
oh yeah, here's the old one.
See how it's caused the plant to grow kind of wild around.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and the ants are going into that too, so the ants like these. I don't know what the relationship is with the ants, but for some reason ants like these.
Interesting. So, well, you know, it's so complex in there that maybe there was like funguses and stuff growing in there that the ants like or something, or other critters are taking refuge in there. Because that's creating habitat. Oh, look at, here's a swelling on the stem.
There's another one. That's another type of gall right there. A willow stem gall.
Willow stem gall. A young one too.
And I don't know if that's a mite or a fly or what causes that one.
So like just here, this native plant has got like so much life on it. And that's what happens when you plant native plants, is you attract all the things that have evolved with this plant. And then those insects become stories that you can tell people, and then they fly away and they become bird food or lizard food or whatever. So you're supporting the ecosystem. So planting native plants brings native critters, and with biodiversity, biological diversity, variety of life, plunging ever so quickly into extinction, any little bit helps. So even if you only got a balcony, maybe you need to plant a couple of willows in big pots and get this going. Willows and oaks attract the most insects. So thank you, Kim.
All right,
She's
you.
on Animals Don't Cover Their Tracks on Facebook group, Animals Don't Cover Their Tracks, and you can post pictures of your questions of poop and tracks and all kinds of stuff, and galls, and her friends will help identify it.